Here is a job for you. Have you ever been asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you like to learn about other people? Do you like to learn about religions, food, and holidays? Do you like to travel? If you said yes to any of these questions, during today's lesson you may hear about a profession that interests you. What is the difference between culture, history, and geography? We'll answer that essential question during this lesson today. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define the terms culture, history, and geography. These are some basic geographic vocabulary words that we're going to review. Take out your notebook and jot down these vocabulary words. Look for their definitions as we move through this lesson. History, culture, geography, historian, archaeologist, and geographer. What is history? History is the study of past events. We can improve our understanding of people's actions and beliefs through the study of history. A historian is a person who studies the past and writes a chronological record of the events. So if history is something that's always interested you, you can pursue being a historian. You could also consider being a teacher. A social studies or a history teacher is a great profession for someone who likes to study past events. You may be asking yourself, why do I have to study history and past events? Well, by studying past events, you can become a more informed citizen. Think about what issues concern you or your parents. Creation of well-paying jobs, the war in Iraq, safety from terrorism or safety in your neighborhood, affordable colleges, gas prices, or even your political candidates and what motivates them and their vision. By being up on past history and on current events, you can become a well-informed citizen. So read the newspaper, catch the news on the internet, or even watch your local news on TV. That'll help you stay informed with current events and allow you to connect them to things that happened in the past. Think about it this way. If historians or politicians study past events and make connections to our present day, hopefully we can prevent events from repeating themselves. So the Revolutionary War, World War II, and the events around September 11th in New York City, if we understand what prompted those events, we can hopefully prevent them from happening in the future. To quote Theodore Roosevelt, "The more you know about the past, the better prepared you are for the future." Another reason to study history is to become an informed voter. Understand the political history, current events, and what's important to you in your area. Think about it. Only 57% of Americans between 18 and 24 years old voted in 2012. When you turn 18, you want to have a good understanding of the historic events and political events so that you can become an informed voter. Our next term is culture. What is culture? Culture is the customs, traditions, beliefs, and values that a group of people share. It includes language, what they do, eat, make, believe, and how they dress. Groups that share these traits are called a cultural group. Think about your neighborhood. Is there a cultural group that you belong to? An archaeologist is a person who studies cultures and how people interact with society. So if you're interested in traditions and groups of people, an archaeologist could be a profession for you. Here are some examples of cultures from around the world. An English punk rocker. There's a group of people who all dress similar, enjoy the same music. That makes them part of a cultural group. Buddhist monks in Myanmar. They dress similar and they have the same religious beliefs. And a little bit closer to home, an Amish church. Pennsylvania has a large population of Amish. They all believe the same religion, they live in groups close together, and they dress in similar ways. It makes them part of a cultural group. Our final term is geography. What is geography? It's the study of people and places, the study of the earth and its physical and human features. A geographer studies people and the places where they live. Geographers also study how the environment affects the people living in it. Now, if you're thinking all of our terms today seem a little bit the same, well, there is a lot of ways that they are connected. Geography and culture and history all study people, environments, governments, landforms, and religions. We're going to take a closer look at all of these things as we move through this pod. Let's take a quick check of our understanding. Which would you be studying if you wanted to learn about a specific culture? A world map, the Amish, or a rainforest? If you said the Amish, you'd be correct. Who studies the past and writes about the events in chronological order? An archaeologist, an historian, or a geographer? If you said historian, you'd be correct. Let's do a quick review. What is the difference between culture, history, and geography? If you're not comfortable answering that question yet, you should go back and review this video. If you'd like to take it to the next level, if you're interested in history, culture, or geography, research more jobs that are related to these subjects. Send your ideas to your teacher or bring them to the next live class. In our next lesson, we're going to go over the 5 themes of geography: location, place, human-environment interaction, movement, and religion.